All right, so now we're going to actually start the hat. So we're going to start with the brim, which is done in a 1x1 ribbing, which means all of the odd stitches are going to be knits and all of the even stitches are going to be purls. This can be a little bit tricky, especially for people who are new to knitting, because you need to remember to move the yarn back and forth, or you're going to give yourself extra stitches and it's going to look all wrong. So I have just joined in the circle. I'm going to put my needle in from front to back, and my yarn is in the back here. And I'm going to pull it really tight just to try and keep everything together. So I've wrapped this needle and I'm going to pull it through and slide off, and then I can tighten this by pulling on the short end. So now before we move to purling, it's important that you take this and you wrap it around to the front, okay? Or you're going to give yourself an extra stitch. So now we're going to put the needle in from the back to the front. We're going to wrap it. We're going to pull it from the front to the back. We're going to slip it off. And then we're going to take the thread and we're going to move it to the back for the knitting. So from the front to the back, wrap around, pull it to the front, and then bring that yarn to the front again for the purl. It's going to be a little bit more time consuming than just knitting straight or purling straight, but that's going to be worth it because this knit, the ribbing, is what's going to make it kind of stretchy and fit your head. If you don't do this, it's not going to fit correctly. So wrap around. All right. So that's all you're going to do, and you're going to knit all the way, all the way around. So I'm going to put my stitch marker in this first one over here to let me know that that's the start of the next row. So this is technically row 1. I'm going to go all the way around, and then I'm going to do that until this is 1.5 inches long. I believe when I did the math in the pattern, the Google Docs pattern, that's 9 rows total. So until I have finished doing all of the ribbing for the brim, this is going to be the last video, and the next video I make will be showing you how to do the fold back and creating that double rim effect, which is a really nice effect. It looks really well. It looks really good. In fact, I have a hat I started previously to show you. So this is the hat I was making before the whole March nonsense started. Well, the march isn't nonsense, the administration is nonsense, and that's why we're marching. But here's the brim, and you can tell it's folded back on itself. And this is with sport weight, this is not worsted weight, so this is knit with size 3 needles, and this is sport weight yarn, so it's a lot thinner than worsted weight. So it takes a lot longer to knit this because it takes more stitches and rows to create the same, coverage of area. So that's why I recommended worsted weight for the hats. But if you have the time and the patience to do sport weight, it looks really good. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in a bit when I'm done with the brim.